David, good afternoon.
Good to be with you, Tom.
It's great to be with you. Now, did you just come back from walking your dog?
We are going for the walk right after this.
Okay, so we'll make it snappy.
We usually wait till I do my hit. Jackie evaluates my performance, and depending on that, we have a decent walk or not.
David, we're getting some breaking news right now about Kristen Hillman has apparently resigned. Now, we don't have much more other than that at this point, but it's flashing across all the screens here. And so Ambassador Hillman has held several senior diplomatic roles, but she's ambassador of Canada to the United States. And what do you think that could do as far as reverberations?
My goodness. I hadn't even seen that, so I'm reacting with absolutely no facts.
Yeah, well, I have very few at this point as well.
Well,
so.
No, but I mean, depending on the reasons, if she is resigning, it definitely means that in terms of the negotiations or lack thereof, trying to either lessen the impact or get some sort of resolution with this tariff and massive trade dispute with the U.S., maybe it has an impact. I don't know. I don't know how much she's been involved with Mark Carney's team or not, but obviously, when there's a new administration, it's not that new now, but we have a new ambassador at the UN. This may be part of a transition, or maybe something did happen. We'll find out.
Well, she has just posted a statement on X, and I'm looking at this right now. So she basically, I'm not seeing much as far as an actual reason for her leaving the job. Just saying that she is leaving the job and thanking various people along the way. So it'll be interesting to see, as you say, what comes of this whole.
Well, if there are reasons or not, but my first reaction is that gradually, when the way Mark Carney came to power, I mean, it's not like he had a lot of time to put his people in, I mean, let's remember, a year ago, we were evaluating the aftermath of Chrystia Freeland's letter coming out and resignation against Justin Trudeau.
Right.
And Pierre Poilievre was still, 20, 25 points ahead of Justin Trudeau's Liberals and looking at a 200-seat majority government. That was 12 months ago.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
And here we are with Prime Minister Carney, and we all know what transpired since. So, but it went so quickly. And, for example, Bob Rae left his post as Canada's UN ambassador, now replaced by David Lametti, who is a close friend of the Prime Minister's, former cabinet minister himself. And so you might be seeing, and it's the same thing with Stephen Guilbeault. Let's not forget with the whole Stephen Guilbeault controversy that Stephen Guilbeault was brought into federal politics by Justin Trudeau.
Right.
He is a Trudeau loyalist and did most of his work, and of course all his work on the environment with Justin Trudeau. And so it is somewhat normal, and again, I'm not saying this is the case with Ambassador Hillman, but what I am saying is that it is normal to see now that the Prime Minister is over 6 months in as Prime Minister, to see people from the previous administration move on, and maybe the Prime Minister wanting to put some of his more trusted people in certain key positions.
Yeah, so that makes sense that he could have someone else in mind already, and perhaps he may have even asked her to resign. We don't know.
We know nothing, but I mean, in terms of considering that right now, today's big trade news is, of course, Donald Trump threatening more tariffs using Canada and our potash industry as a pretext to camouflage the massive problem that Trump has caused to U.S. farmers with his tariffs. Mm-hmm. Announcing a $12 billion relief program and coming out and starting to talk about, oh my goodness, I'm going to hit the Canadian fertilizer industry because it's hurting farmers. It's not the Canadian fertilizer industry that's hurting U.S. farmers. It's the Trump tariffs.
Right.
And there's no doubt about it. There's no debate. So this is a classic Trump diversionary tactic going on the offensive. But, apparently what you're saying, what we're saying here is this may be a turning point in the negotiations, and maybe the Prime Minister wants to put some of his closer advisors, people that he knows, that he trusts, to maybe change part of the dialogue with the Trump White House.
Right. David, of course, you lived it, but it's always been fascinating to me how incredibly slow the political world can move at times, and how incredibly quickly it can move at other times. It's really quite fascinating.
It is fascinating, but it all depends on the will of the people at the top. It's because there's so many moving parts in politics. And let's not forget also the bureaucracy. So depending on what you're looking at, sometimes 6 months for something is warp speed for the government, while it seems very slow to everybody else.
Exactly. Yeah.
But at the same time, things can move in a matter of days if the people at the top and everything is aligned perfectly, and there's no administrative or political resistance within the framework of the decision-making process. But, with this, you understand, Canada can only control half of the conversation with the U.S.
Exactly.
And so maybe what the Prime Minister Carney has, several very strong suits. And one of them, obviously, is international economic relationships. And so he has a vast network. He has extensive contacts. So maybe he's seeing an opening here, and maybe he wants to put somebody, I'm reading as I'm talking to you, I'm reading that apparently he may be actually wanting to put one of his more trusted people instead of Ambassador Hellman.
Right.
And that means maybe it's a way to maybe jumpstart what has been so far over the last few weeks and months a standstill.
I think I'm reading the same thing you are, quite frankly. Mm-hmm. And there's a little snippet of Ambassador Hillman's statement that has just come out. And it says, quote, "This is the right time to put a team in place that will see the CUSMA review through to its conclusion."
Well, there you go.
Quote.
There you go.
Yeah.
So this is political speak for, look, the boss wants somebody else. I'm going to step aside now.
Yeah, exactly. Wow. Well, you know that world a heck of a lot better than I do, but it's great to get your insight, David. I really appreciate it this afternoon.
Well, a pleasure to talk to you, Tom.
Great to talk to you as well, and let's talk again soon.
Of course, anytime.
All right.
Seasoned gamer or just video game curious? This Week in Gaming is the podcast for you. We break down the latest in the world of video games, from basics to beyond. The hottest gaming news, insight, and industry leaders and more, weekly. Join me, Naomi Kyle, and stay ahead of the game with all the latest updates, even if you're a total newbie. Stream This Week in Gaming on the free iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.